Tonight on Evening, the Tacoma artist covering his town in birds.
People have told me when they see my murals here in Tacoma, they're excited, they're happy.
Cisco Morris goes wild over the landscape at a local zoo that's feeding animals.
Jumbo Jet, are you hungry, little guy? This is almost as good as a Brussels sprout.
And the Carpenters changing lives one ramp at a time. Well, good evening or salute from Rimini here in Kirkland. We're so happy that you are here. Take a look at who's swinging by. Not the hostess. New Day Northwest's very own Kelly Hansen is here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here with you, Chris, at truly one of my favorite restaurants and in Kirkland, where I'm originally from.
See, they say it's old school Italian meets house-made music.
Ooh.
And as you can see, they do things very differently here. Different but familiar.
I think we have a great concept.
Rimini is a fresh name on Kirkland's restaurant row, but it comes with a trusted taste from Issaquah. It's the same family that perfected hospitality at Montalcino.
We were in Issaquah for over 20 years.
Fortunately, they brought the fancy food and flair with them.
We love to have a good time. We have live music with my Uncle Tony.
Happy birthday to you.
They brought Uncle Tony, too.
I'm Uncle Tony, okay? On the wall, you see all of our family members intermixed with some notorious characters, right?
This family knows how to serve up Italian classics with flair, and if you think the plates are impressive, just wait till you see the plumbing.
A gold toilet, yeah, and that thing it weighs like a gold toilet. Remember, I had to have my nephew hold that while I'm like cranking it and attaching it, you know, so.
And yes, the bar features a gold-frame TV that plays The Godfather on repeat.
Italian culture, Italian hospitality, it's genuine because that's the way I grew up and that's the way I love to treat people, and so does my staff. When people come in here, I want them to feel like they're in Italy. Not only in Italy, but someone's house in Italy.
Come on, a gold toilet. I'm told they even have a second one downstairs. So it's all about the ambiance here.
The ambiance and dinner and a show. Vibes are high here.
What about the vibes in Tacoma? That's where Saint is standing by with an artist who's just got a passion for the birds.
Interesting.
Getting out into nature and just look at the different species of birds and just taking a break from everything else, it's relaxing to me. It's my moment of clarity.
You might say Curtis Ashby discovered the joy of bird watching backwards.
I see a blue heron up in the tree. He's just nesting right in the middle there.
Years before you'd find him in Tacoma's Titlow Park, with binoculars over his eyes and guidebooks in hand, this graphic artist was already hauling ladders around the city, climbing high to give wings to walls.
The birds behind us here are barn swallows. You can see them all over the place here in Tacoma and surrounding areas.
Kurt's colorful birds can be found all over the South Sound. A ruby-throated hummingbird spreads its welcoming wings in Puyallup. 2 red-breasted nuthatches clutch branches on McKinley Hill. And great blue herons join a red-winged blackbird in Tacoma.
You know, people have told me when they see my murals here in Tacoma, they're excited, they're happy. They tell them that it's a bright part of their day. I just love to hear that I can create something that brings a little bit of happiness and joy to people here in the community.
Kurt takes his art seriously. He's always trying to get better.
When I was first starting to paint birds, my accuracy wasn't so great. And so I just kind of kept studying a little bit more. Some of my friends gave me bird books as references.
And now he's hooked on a booming hobby that has enthralled more than 90 million Americans.
I see a kingfisher flying around over there.
His favorite bird, blue herons.
I think blue herons are amazing. They're such a iconic bird, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. They're amazing to look at. They're almost prehistoric.
And they're one of the better examples of birds who have found a way to live among us. Kurt wants us asking whether we are doing our part.
I want to just raise awareness of how we can protect different species and how we can live alongside them. And also, you don't always have to go way far out into nature to see these types of birds and other animals. You can see them right here in the city if you know what you're looking for.
Thanks, Zane. And Kurt has actually dedicated his entire Instagram page to bird art and little passages from bird guides. That's pretty interesting. And you can find all of that on king5evening.com.
Okay, we'll keep it right here in Tacoma because it might look like landscape, but it actually doubles as snacks for exotic animals. Leave it to Cisco to take us behind the scenes with the growing food at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium.
This elated otter, this springing snow leopard, and this baby muskox doing zoomies are all brought to you by plants, all of them grown at the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. These lush landscapes aren't just for beauty, they're also for dinner. I feel like I'm out in the jungle here, you know. What's with all these jungle plants?
Well, so right now where we're standing is in the browse garden. So our zookeepers can come back into this area and they can harvest these plants like the banana themselves for whichever animal might use that. The bananas, I do know, I think the tapirs, the anoa, and even our primates like to play with those.
Hey, what about this big palm? Does anybody eat this thing?
Yeah, so this windmill palm, so it's interesting. You'd almost think it's so rough and tough they wouldn't eat it, but the keepers tell me that tigers in particular like to take the fronds and they roll them up and then they kind of rub around on them. So
it's kind of like a back scratcher or something?
Something like that. They find it really interesting. So a lot of our animals use the plants in the zoo.
I feel like I'm in a bamboo forest. How many kinds of bamboo do you have here at the zoo?
There's like 45 or more bamboos here. Some are timber bamboos that are giant, and some are small, like grass type.
Wow. So, do the animals eat this, or?
Yeah, a lot of the animals actually use the bamboo. They eat the leaves. Our tapirs, our goats, our muskox. There's an endless list of the animals that can eat the bamboo.
Oh, that's so cool. Even the cactus they grow here serves as a snack.
So Cisco, why don't you go ahead and you pick one of these prickly pear pads so that we can feed it to one of the animals later. And the trick to it is you just grab it on the end and you give it a little twist.
All right, so just grab it like this?
Yeah, twist that baby till it comes. There you go.
Nothing to it. Wow, I'm getting hungry just looking at this. This is too cool. Jumbo Jet the tortoise.
Jumbo Jet.
All the way from Madagascar. I gotta try feeding them.
You've got to take that one you picked and try feeding.
Jumbo Jet, are you hungry, little guy? This is almost as good as a Brussels sprout. Jumbo Jet, you're the best. Such a nice little tortoise. You know, you sure are doing a great job here at this zoo. I love it. All these exotic plants everywhere. You are one great gardener. Thanks so much for showing us this place.
Thank you, Cisco.
You can take the botanical tour there at Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium the first Sunday of every month.
Ooh, and I hear it's free with zoo admission too, so that's a good deal.
Up next, building ramps and building community. A Maple Valley boy is about to get access to his home that he has never had before. And the made in Washington soda that locals love.
Wow!
Local stories make a difference.
That's good.
With the power to enrich lives, strengthen communities, and make us smile. Evening is made possible by Primera Blue Cross. Primera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Portions of Evening sponsored by the Master Builders Association of King and Snohomish Counties.
And welcome back to a perfect evening here in Kirkland. We're at Rimini, a old school family Italian house-made music. It is a vibe, as Kelly would say. Kelly Hansen
Deliciousness.
from New Day Northwest,
Hi.
guesting here today. Kelly, from feel-good food to a feel-good story. You know, every summer a bunch of master builders and volunteers come together to give their neighbors the gift of mobility.
It's amazing. And a Maple Valley family actually is so excited that our crew is out so they could show us how it's changed their son's life.
Board by board and nail by nail. This construction crew in Maple Valley is building something that will impact one boy's life beyond measure.
And then 33 1/4.
They're building a ramp for Sophonias Bayan's little brother Dagim.
So he's been diagnosed with cerebral palsy for a little over 10 years now. Around he was 8 months old is when it happened.
Dagim's family carries him into their home through the garage door. The new ramp will be a welcome gift.
They're ecstatic about it. So am I, everyone is, yeah.
It's really pretty remarkable to think about how we're changing someone's life who's otherwise very mobility restricted.
Since 1993, the master builders of King and Snohomish counties has led more than 650 rampathons, building free ramps for families that need them.
Set, go. Nice job.
Master Builders does this because we believe everybody deserves a place to call home. And part of home is having a place that you can get into and out of with ease and just know that you've got that freedom to come and go and be part of the community.
Volunteers from Connor Homes are building this one. They've been doing Rampathon for 20 years.
It's very gratifying to be able to give back to the community that we build in.
We're helping them get in and out of the house, giving them easier access, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, you know, stairs are tough for this little young man here, and building a ramp is just what he needs.
This crew is building much more than a ramp.
It's like textbook community. It's like textbook definition community. We're all here gathered with one objective, and it's to help one another.
Community that's literal for crew chief Mick Gamlin. He's also a neighbor.
I live like 500 feet that way, across the street.
Who's never met a nail he didn't like.
Mick likes to put a lot of nails in the wood and make sure it's secure.
Somebody says, but I don't think I use enough.
After 6 hours of hard work, the job is done.
There you go.
Dagim takes his first test drive on the new ramp.
All right, buddy. Yes. Look at that. Woohoo!
You know, the best part of the day for me has always been seeing that first time that the recipient gets to experience the ramp for him or herself and go down, and you can see that, you know, some joy on their faces. You can see relief on the faces of families that are part of this.
And as they've done hundreds of times since Rampathon began, the master builders nail it again.
Yeah, he loves it.
And if you know someone that needs a ramp in King or Snohomish County, just reach out to Master Builders Association and we'll have a link on how to apply online.
Got some local pride for you. You know, one of the most popular sodas just so happens to be made in a small northwest town. Meet the man behind Bedford Soda in Port Angeles. It's tonight's Made in Washington.
People have been cracking open these Made in Washington sodas since 1984, thanks to this man.
I'm Ed Bedford. I'm owner of Bedford's Craft Sodas.
Pop that proudly states where it comes from on every bottle.
It all started here. It's home-based out of Port Angeles.
When Ed says home-based, he means it. This is the headquarters. It all started when this former beverage distributor couldn't find his favorite flavor.
There was no real good cream soda on the market.
So Ed made his own.
This is the original bottling, 1984, from down in Georgetown.
Today, Bedford's is bottled in Mukilteo, and that cream soda led to everything from root beer to ginger ale.
They're just a little bit different than most sodas because they're made in very small batches. We really work hard to get the best ingredients possible, and we care for it all the way through the whole process. It's not mass produced.
You'll easily find Bedfords all over the Olympic Peninsula, across the country, and in cocktail lounges. His ginger beer makes a mean Moscow Mule, but if you're drinking his soda straight up, Ed has this advice.
Just drink it ice cold, never with ice, because ice takes the carbonation out of it and it upsets it.
And Bedford Soda has at least one famous fan.
I've got a picture on my wall in my office with me and Joe Namath. We were doing a trade show together and he was next to me and constant coming next door to sample Bedford Soda.
Ed himself is semi-famous in Port Angeles. He contributes far more than cases of his soda to Little League teams and community ice skating rinks.
But he also will show up unannounced, unsolicited. He'll show up with a check, once in a while to help, nonprofit events and festivals that we put on here.
Ed Bedford still loves the simple pleasures of a soda.
I think that it just reminds me of being a kid and scraping around to come up with a dime to go buy a bottle of soda pop.
And he loves sharing that pleasure and his hometown with anyone who opens a bottle of Bedford's.
It is perfect.
Every time I produce something, we make a new package. I want Port Angeles on the label. Just spread the word and maybe they'll come here someday and visit. Perfect.
Bedford's ginger beer is so legit, it's delicious, and you can tell there's a ton of ginger in it.
This has no doubt sparked an idea in your mind. If you've got an idea for Made in Washington segment, it needs to be available nationwide, but made right here. Let us know. We'll be right back.
Up next, have you been seeing Sasquatches lately? Meet the man who's responsible for hundreds of them all over Washington.
And welcome back to Evening from Rimini Restaurant here in Kirkland. Old school Italian, great place to celebrate a special occasion or just celebrate your tummy with some of that food you can't just find anywhere. And speaking of elusive, Kelly, Sasquatch sightings, they are everywhere. More and more all across the Northwest, from the Olympic Peninsula all the way out to Eastern Washington.
I know, I loved that segue, by the way, hundreds. And we have more thanks to Jose Cedeno.
It's not hard to find his magical, happy-going characters around this city. Beloved Seattle muralist Henry has found many creative ways to share his art. So it's not a surprise when a brand new idea suddenly came to him.
I am going to paint 1,000 Sasquatch heads on people's garage doors, sides of their houses, sides of businesses, any public-facing surface. I will pretty much go anywhere. I think anyone should sign up. It's a big number, it's a lot. I'm doing it for free or a suggested donation. I just want to include everybody. The reason I'm doing this is because I actually really love painting my Sasquatch character. It's my favorite thing to do. On a bigger scale, I kind of see it as Pacific Northwest connection. I just feel like right now we just need to be more connected. This is like my favorite thing to do. Yeah, I can do this guy in my sleep. I don't know why. It's silly, it's goofy. I love painting and I love doing these smaller scale projects.
He's definitely moving really fast on this one.
I can do 10 a day. The idea is just to do it and to love doing it and really be able to express and show the world my love the best that I can. One more close to 1,000. Kind of a really empowering thing to experience as a person, to do something that you didn't think you could do. Maybe after 1,000 head Sasquatch project, we're gonna have to rename it 10,000. I have a lot of energy and a lot of excitement and I'm ready to paint.
Henry is in Eastern Washington, and guess how many Sasquatch murals he has completed so far?
Ooh, I know this one, 725. Am I right?
Yes, but nobody loves to know it all, except for me on this show. Thanks. We'll be right back.
Now in our 39th season, Evening shares local stories that make our communities shine. Thanks to support from Pemco Insurance. Pemco empowers the Northwest to prevent the preventable. Learn how at pemco.com.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza bite, add some more.
Uncle Tony playing us out here on Evening from Rimini in Kirkland. Kelly Hansen from New Day Northwest. This is for you.
It's a party!
part of the family
This is the best day of
vibes
my
here.
life.
Old school Italian, homemade music. Come see them. They're open every day, other than Mondays, 4 to 10 o'clock. Thanks to the family for having us here. The party's over. We'll send you out now to Seattle's waterfront on the perfect day.